Welcome back to Finnegan's Farm and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So unfortunately, as you can see, the tractors are still on concrete. They're not in the fields yet. Weather still against us. It's been the same for everyone and we haven't got out to the field. So continuing on from last week's Massey video, I'm just going to go through the inside here with James down from WBD, going through that with Dad. And then we had a very special visitor. Doesn't come around too often on the farm, from John Deere. So between Massey and John Deere, if you're lovers of them too, you'll enjoy this video.
Today we're sitting in the big Massey at the 8740 here, and we're with James, who is a mechanic and, more to the point, knows a little bit more than the Masseys than I do. The last Massey, James, we had that I drove was a 35, didn't even have a cab, so this one is a bit of a change, isn't it? Yeah. So what are we looking at here? We have obviously an 8740, is that 400 horsepower?
400 horsepower, stepless vario transmission.
Yeah.
That's the way they all come.
Yeah.
8.4 litre engine, twin turbo.
Yeah. Sisu engine?
Sisu engine, yeah.
And more or less Fendt kind of gearbox, or what did the...
Sisu engine and Fendt gearbox, yeah. From the middle back is Fendt vario.
Yeah, so it's basically the same. So we're just going to go through the controls here on it, because it's something that, you know, we've been a Steyr, we might be in a John Deere, Massey. Now, not that most of them are kind of the same, but just to see the different functions. Slight little difference. So key on pillar, which is always a great job. Never in the way of the knee. One feature that I did like about the Massey was getting in there, that we've a ground handle to hold on to. The steps can be maybe a little bit narrow, but not bad. But they have a handle there to get in, because it's a fair height to get into it.
Yeah, it's a big yoke. Yeah.
So it's a big step up into it. Ignition on. First thing that comes on, obviously, we have our screen here in front here. Any option, a bigger screen, or is that the size of it?
No, a second screen. That's the size of it, but you can get a second one.
Okay, so, but even on that, we can still have our guidance, everything is...
Oh, you have your guidance and your tractor, and you can also do your Isobus through that screen as well.
Yeah, again, we have good front wind on it here, no pillars. They have gone with no padding really on the pillars, just like a clean look, and it actually is nice.
Make it as visible as possible.
Yeah, so we have great visibility, because we've no... You know, you can wipe that down, at least you're not wiping a material which can sometimes you can get full. Just holds the dust, yeah. So in applications that we'll be at, row of 8 and things like that, even though the windows should be closed, they're not always closed. Yeah, you know the way. Same story. So yeah, we like that. I like the good big window on the side here, and this window is at the back. It's unusual.
It's a big curved window.
It's a big curved window. I wouldn't like to break it now.
Don't try, you know.
Don't try, you know. So
that's your home screen, and the 3 lines in the corner is your menu, yeah.
Yeah. So we're in the home screen there. Now that can swipe to the right.
Yeah, swipe left or right to your. You can set that to whatever page you want. You've just set for your spools and your guidance and your home screen. Right. So that's it. It goes through the 3, but you can have more on it. We go back then, and we go into our home screen, and we go in here, which gives us all these different settings here. So. Engine settings.
Engine setting A and B, I presume, is A here. Is your 2 different engine speeds.
Walking along with your headland management, yeah.
Yeah. Engine responsiveness. Now, what is that? That is kind of. Is that
how quick your engine reacts to what you're doing with your hand throttle or your foot throttle?
Right. So in different applications, it might be lower. If you wanted a row of 8, and maybe field walk a bit lower.
When you're on and off of the PTO with the whole time, yeah.
Right, okay, so we just press OK on that. Again, you can change it, very simple. C1 and C2 is here on the button. So these are your cruise
control speeds, yeah.
And I see here we also have a hair here, which...
So you have a high and a low box. So field walk is done in the low box.
Yeah, so there's the torque. Because the torque is here, so that changes C1, C2. And when I head back into the hair, it goes into C1, C2. So the fast speed is for the road walk, and generally when you have your cruise control, it's at 50k, so you would hit that, and on it goes. That's really the C1, C2. Your engine speed limiter.
That's just so you can restrict your foot throttle or your hand throttle. So if you set it down to 15, even if your foot throttle's on full or your hand throttle is on full, it'll do 1500 RPM. Just to whatever you set it.
Yeah. You know? Now I did drive the tractor. I drove it on the foot pedal initially, and then you can switch here between the foot pedal and the stick here. Yeah. It's nice. I have to say it's nice. I like it even on the hand, because I'm probably more used to the working these features rather than the foot pedal, but that's obviously driver's choice, isn't it?
Oh, driver's choice, but a lot of the way lads do it would be use your the pedal on the road and the stick in the field. That's well, everything to the road.
Everything to the road, yeah. Shuttle sensitivity, that that obviously explains itself.
Yeah, forward,
so forward, reverse, cruise responsive, that explains itself. Pedal mode sensitivity is
for your foot pedal, how sensitive it is, and how when you let it off, how sensitive it is to slow down as well.
Road supervisor and power takeoff supervisor, they're just values there for
getting the best out of your engine.
Yeah, so if there's a little bit of torque back up, so we would like to keep that engine speed, that sweet spot, whether it's 1600 revs or 1800.
17 to 1800,
yeah.
You'll have your best, you'll have your best power, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, you use that percentage. So we go back here at that screen. So these are your front linkage and your rear linkage, and that's your heights. So
your position control.
Your position control on that. Very simple.
And your wheel slip is there as well.
Yeah. So I mean, everything is still very simple on the controls. We go back out of that. Your spool valves are there. So on this tractor we have, I think there's 4 rear spool valves.
4 in the back. You can get up to 5, if not 6. Yeah. And then there's two valves on the front and your linkage as well.
Yeah, so then again, it's very simple. You have your, you can put the timers on them, and you can have the flows on them, and simple as they are.
It's all touchscreen.
It's all touchscreen as well. So we go back out of that. We go back out of that screen, and that's headlamp management, which we're not setting up today.
No, we'll not do it today. No.
But that's explained itself. Dual control then was.
It's more so to do
with having a
front
implement. Yeah. So your back implement
is talking to your
front. Yeah. So that's when we get the front ploughs in or so.
Well, whatever you want to do, Paul. Yeah.
This one here we have
or steering axle.
Yeah, so that's an unusual one, isn't it?
Now, like you said earlier, if you have the sprayer, it'd probably be more common on a sprayer that when you turn your steering of the tractor, it'll turn the sprayer with it to follow.
Yeah, to follow the track maybe.
Lines, yeah,
right, okay. That's a good feature on it here. Again, that's to do your guidance, up and down.
Yeah.
We'll go back here, your SC then is
section control,
which we just don't have today. These are your files, I presume. Yeah. This here is a camera if you have a camera. And is it, can you 1 or 2 or stuff?
Oh yeah.
Any amount of them?
Yeah, well not any amount of them, I think it's 2, yeah.
2 on it. And we go back in here to this function, this lever here. Now this one, we were kind of impressed with this little lever here. It can do multi-functions. You have 3 actual applications.
You could do 3 spools on
so when you say the like of a plough, you could have your lift up and your lift down for lifting your arms. Yeah. You also could have on one function then you could lift your back wheel if you have a semi-mounted plough, so that takes it out of the ground. And then with these other functions which actually would reverse the plough. And so in the one function now, we know we can have it here because you have your up and down and you have your spool valve here and you have your forward reverse.
But you'll only have one spool.
Yeah, but you've only one set. Now the only thing you don't have on this is obviously your forward reverse. But you either have the option of it here on your left hand, which sometimes can complement it, or you have the option of it here on the forward reverse. Yeah. So again, colour code is coded, and anything in orange probably indicates forward speed. Yeah. And anything in blue then, or engine speed, and anything in blue then is control valves, and your yellows is PTO. So nearly all them tractors nowadays are coming with the colour coded system now anyway. What do you call this?
A multi-pad.
A multi-pad. So I mean we have all the same functions are here that's on the screen that are controlled with, and it's forward reverse is on this one here.
Just how the further you push it, the more aggressive it is.
Yeah, and here's a nice feel to it, and I mean you can set that as well. Again, your spool valves are here. Your auto steer button is on this one. This here is your PTO on and off. Yeah. So while we have it back here on this switch, we have it here as well. Yeah,
but you have to first of all activate it on that other switch and then on and off.
So your back button, there's a back button here. Is that for forward?
You have to
engage that foot.
It's just a safety feature.
Yeah, so that's fairly standard on them all. So just to set our cruise controls here, fairly simple on the explanatory here. So you have a C1, C2, and if you use this scroller here, you'll see if I hit C1 there, you can see that your speed going down, up or down, wherever it is. So once you've that set, then once you hit C1 on the button here, it goes to that desired speed, and the same at C2. And again, as we explained before, this button here brings it from your foot pedal to your hand control, just to swap it over. Your depth control, it can be on this as well, and again, up and down.
That's just another button for
that's just another button for walking arms, but it'll generally be on this button here. To lift that up and down. So moving on to our panel here, which is behind you a little bit. Again, we have a full range of light switches on, which is fairly standard on most, self-explanatory. Our PTO speeds are here, so we have 540 Econ, we've the neutral, and we've 1000 eco. And you're on the big shaft at the back anyway, aren't you? You're
Yeah.
on the big spline shaft at the back. We move along here to our, which looks to be
your
draft sensor then on it. Down, little switch on or off, full on, full off, wherever it is. Moving on here to, that's a height control, is it, Jess?
No, speed of drop.
Oh, speed of drop, sorry. So that, oh yeah, because the arrow is down, speed of drop, and the one below it then is your height. Now this button here is,
that's your soft drive on the linkage, but you have to have your linkage turned on and in the up position.
Yeah. And you press the button here, and you see that goes to green then. So you have a little bit of cushion suspension on your rear lift as well. Nice little feature here on it as well, that we have three different suspensions. I know they're probably on most tractors as well, but if we just hit this button here, we can see the scroller coming up on the screen, and then you can alternate between
automatic,
hard and soft. So that's fairly nice little feature on that. Again, this activates your hour steer when you're working, and this button here, speed steer. So we have two different speeds on the.
It'll just leave it that you can do a full lock from left to right. In nearly one turn.
Which is also a great job, because some of them tractors you could be turning them forever. So that's your speed steer on that. I did like this function here, which is your lift arms for dropping your rear hitch. Now I know a tractor of this size, sometimes you wouldn't be using your hitch that often.
No, and some of them don't even have it.
And some of them don't even have it. But what we find with this tractor is that there's great height clearance on it with the big 42 tyres in it. And generally, I know when I be lifting the rear linkage, I'd nearly have to go into the screen to get full height to lift it. But this button is actually on the lever here. So we hit this button here.
Just hit the up and down first to unlock it.
So we have to hit up and down to unlock it, and then once you lift it, it activates the linkage at the back, and it lifts it completely right up, and you can feel the lever then just releasing. So you feel the lever releasing, you just let the button is then to let the arms down and to let the pickup hitch down. Now your pickup hitch is also here, two buttons behind it, which electrically telescopically puts it in and out. So all the features are here. So if you're going to do anything with your hitch, it's all there. So I'd just like to thank the lads in WBD there for getting the tractor down. We had a good old time here just to see what it's about. And I'd like to thank James obviously for coming down and going through the screen, because we weren't just that familiar with the screen, but it is very self-explanatory when you go through it. How are the tractor sales going?
Tractors are actually going well, yeah. It's just getting them is a bit of a slow process, but it's the same all across the board.
I think so, yeah. But look, maybe we'll get this into the field, you never know.
Talk nice to Alan.
All right, thanks James.
No bother.
So today we're delighted to have Alex Sayago. I hope I pronounced that properly.
That was terrific.
And he's come to Finnegan's farm. Alex, explain who you are. I know you're a big John Deere fan, but explain exactly what you do.
Well, Paul, I am responsible for John Deere sales and marketing for Europe and CIS. And I mean, pretty much 2-3 times a month, we go out there to visit with customers and to learn how customers are implementing technology, understand the needs of our customers, and understand how we can become a better provider of solutions for our customers. And this time we have the privilege of getting to visit you as you're a great farmer, visionary entrepreneur, and we just love the opportunity of learning from you. And by the way, Paul, I couldn't miss commenting about this tractor. Where did you get this beauty?
I seen this beauty down in a place, County Cork. You might be familiar. It's down south of Ireland. 1936. Again, they were a very common enough tractor at that time. But when I seen it there, it was fully restored. I said, hey, I have to have this. So I brought it home. And above all the tractors here in the place, and we've big ones and small ones, this is the one they all want.
Outstanding. Paul, we cannot thank you enough. On behalf of everybody in John Deere, we wish you a lot of success. We want to be a part of your success.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, listen, you're very much welcome to Finnegan's. You're very much welcome to Ireland as well. As we say, we have a lot of John Deere's on site, and it's great to have the likes of Alex come down. And he's a team of guys with him here as well, for some of them are the dealers there in County Meath. And you're very much welcome to Ireland. I hope you enjoy your stay, and thanks very much.
Oh, Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was very enjoyable. Thank you.
So Sean gave Bruce a birthday present. And Marco, who's stronger, Marco? Me! So moving on from last week's Bruce's birthday shout outs, we have a new list here on this balloon. one day them balloons will go bust me. So I have Peter Niblock, who's 44 from County Down. I have Dom Kern, who turned 21 in Wilkinstown. I have, I don't know how to pronounce this, Cadon, who turned 11 on Thursday, the 30th. I have JJ Wood, who is 16 from Galway. And I have Shane and Trisha Finnegan, who gave no age. Dad told me about that one. And we also have a bit of a celebration. Marco started working here. No, actually, I won't tell you. Guess how many years Marco was working here this week. Put in the comments, see what you think. It's more than 10, less than 30, and yeah, I'll leave the rest up to you. That's all from this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks to James and Alex for coming out to the farm. And yeah, from everyone here in Finnegan's farm, see you all next week. Good luck.